Hi everyone! So I went to LA this summer and JapanLA was having a pop-up shop on one Saturday that I went, so I decided to go and check it out. So I'm going to take you guys shopping with me and show you what I got at the end. So I've been following JapanLA for a while, and this is my first time visiting their store. I think they used to have a location in Little Tokyo, but it got vandalized during the Black Lives Matter protests, so they've been exclusively selling online, I think. And then recently this summer they started to have some pop-up shops on Saturdays, so I did go on a Saturday, but I don't think that they're open regularly, so you probably want to check their information to see if they're doing in-person shopping. But it was so fun to come here and see all the merchandise in person, and I think they get a lot of stuff in frequently, so, and then they sell out, so it was just such a nice selection, and everything was laid out really nicely. I did visit some Sanrio stores while I was here, and I found that the layout and the selection at JapanLA was a lot nicer, and the workers were so friendly and helpful. So, like, for example, they had a lot of gachapon, and if you wanted to know how much it was, or if you wanted to get a new one in the back, or a new item that was wrapped up in plastic, they would be really friendly and help you do that. And there were a lot of workers hanging out around the store, and I did see some of the workers doing like live streams while I was there, so that was kind of cool. So as you can see, they didn't just carry Sanrio, they have a lot of other merchandise. This was the Studio Ghibli section, and there were some things here that I've never seen before, like those coasters, and then there was like this series of glasses. I've never seen these before, and I thought they were really cute. They kind of reminded me of the glasses that my grandma used to have in her house. She got like various cartoon character glasses, so it kind of reminded me of that. And the prices on all the Ghibli stuff it was really expensive compared to Japan, but I think you'd probably pay an equivalent price if you buy it in the US. And I have a lot of these bento items. I have the blue Totoro bento box and the yellow one. Don't have the Kiki's delivery service yet, but I got mine from Bento & Co. and Seiwi. And then I recognize these glasses, or they're like tea mugs from the Ghibli store in Japan. So I was trying to figure out what this was, and I think it might be checkers, but I'm not really sure. Leave a comment below if you guys know. And then this was an eraser set. I was really eyeing that little red bow, but it was so expensive. And here we are at the San-X section. I love Sumiko Gurashi. They didn't have a big selection of that. They had some Rilakkuma items, and my favorite San-X character is this whale shark, Jinbei. So I was so tempted to get that little keychain, but I didn't get it. So when we lived in Japan, we used to play claw machines all the time, and my husband was really good, and we always used to seem to be winning Rilakkuma plushies, so I'm not really attracted to the Rilakkuma items. I think of all the San-X characters, I like Jinbei, the whale shark, the best, and then I like Sumiko Gurashi, and then I like the Rilakkuma line. But they had all their plushies out here, and they had so many different kinds. I think these are mostly for display. I think if you buy one, you can ask them to give you one that is already wrapped up in plastic in the back. I mean, personally, I would like to get the ones that not everyone has touched, but yeah, you can just ask. They're really nice about it too. So I don't really buy plushies because I still have a lot of plushies that we won from the claw machine when I lived in Japan. We held on to them, and I kind of wanted to get rid of them, but a lot of them were so cute I just couldn't bring myself to get rid of them. So now we just have them in plastic storage bags in our house, and we're not really using them. But every year around Christmas time, I'll bring out the smaller plushies, like the ones that are on the wall. They're about the size of a keychain, and I will use them to decorate my Christmas tree. So we have a Sanrio themed tree, and we haven't used a lot of our Christmas ornaments for quite a while, but I like the look of the Sanrio tree. So if you're a cinnamon roll fan, check this out. They also had a nice selection of Tokidoki items. I don't know if Tokidoki has a store in LA. I've definitely gone to the sample sale. If you guys want to see a video of that, you could find it on my channel. But it was just fun to see all these boxes out here. And I try to buy these when they're on sale. So I try to not pay full price for the blind boxes. Occasionally they'll be on sale, like Hot Topic, or I think even at Urban Outfitters around Christmas time. Like everything was 25% off, so I bought a bunch of blind boxes. I don't usually like buying from Tokidoki because their free shipping minimum is so high. So I usually end up buying from other retailers. But it was just fun to see everything in person. I really like the Zodiac ones, even though they're not blind boxes. And then over here they had a bunch of really cute blind boxes. I'm not familiar with any of these characters. I did once get contacted by a Chinese company that made blind boxes, and I think that I recognize some of them here, but I ended up not doing the collaboration, so I think I forgot to respond. But they also had gachapons, and this was a shelf that had some of the random characters and lots of items from the Pusheen Hello Kitty collaboration and some Pusheen items. This was fun to see in person. I saw a lot of them online, so it was just fun to see everything. And then I love this brand, Smoko. I think that's how you pronounce it. This was such a cute cup. I was so tempted to get it. But I've always seen these things online, so it was also fun to see them in person. I love this brand. I think it's so cute. I love their little potato character. I got my kids a couple of blind boxes, and they're so adorable. So I do have a couple of cross-stitched kits from Stitch and Story. It seems like when Hello Kitty and Pusheen did the collaboration, they collaborated with a lot of different brands, and so you can find their products at from various companies. It was kind of fun. And then here's the Pokemon section. My family and I are not super into Pokemon, but we do have some things, and I do think that their stuff is really cute. Love these skate decks. I wish that I knew how to skateboard. It's so dangerous. Kind of want to teach my kids, but I don't really know how to do it. Wow, these shoes are pretty wild. And then they had a whole bunch of Hello Kitty kids toys. I would have been all over that if my kids were younger. Actually, when my kids were around the age where they were like those toys, I tried to not buy a lot of plastic stuff, and so I ended up missing out on some of those things when I was living in Japan. But now that I look back, I wish I would have just gone ahead and just gotten it. And this was kind of fun. You can just make your own winter scene, then pick out your characters and make like a dome. And it even had some things on sale, like these My Melody plushies were on sale. They had a small selection of candy, and then all of these cute tops. This is not really my style. Even though I like Hello Kitty, I find that I don't really wear clothes like this. For myself, I'm not really into like the kawaii style. When it comes to dressing, I like to wear things that are kind of fun with a little bit of a twist, but a lot more neutral colors. And I don't know, I wonder if I went back to when I was in high school, I'm not sure if I would wear these kinds of things, but I think they're really fun to look at and really cute. Because I did buy an Esther Bunny like aqua colored sweat set, and I was wearing it during the winter sometime, but I just really didn't feel like it was my style it wasn't my favorite thing to wear, so I ended up not wearing it a lot, and so I don't know if I would purchase something like that again. So as you can see, they had some gachapons. The fun thing about getting them here is that you can pick which one you want. It's no longer a game of chance, which kind of takes the fun out of it, but it's also kind of nice because you don't have to end up spending money on something that you don't want, which is important because the gachapon here are like twice as expensive as they are in the regular store. So I was just kind of looking around for school supplies for my kids. I always like to buy them cute back to school supplies. If I was my own mom, I would be so happy because this would be my dream to be able to get school supplies at this store. These all look like gachapon, and oh, I wish I could wear that necklace, but it's not my style, but so cute. Yeah, everything here is just amazing. So last year we got a couple of these hats, and I wanted to get My Melody and Kuromi, but they weren't available online. I was only able to find Cinnamon Roll and Pom Pom Purine. So I think you guys can guess what I'm going to be getting from here. I don't know if you guys see that girl with a Gudetama shirt. She was actually doing a live stream while I was here, and she was streaming on, I think, Instagram maybe, and selling things to people live. So do you guys see this Hello Kitty animal collection? This was kind of a new line that I saw, not just at JapanLA, but also at the Sanrio stores in California. So I thought this was really cute. I love seeing all these little keychains, but the price, I always get sticker shock when I look at them because we used to win those all the time at the Japanese UFO catcher, but it's like $16 for a little keychain, which seems so pricey to me. So leave a comment below and let me know what your favorite Sanrio character is. I used to be, I think when I was little I liked Karopi because that was like the new character, and then but I've always liked Little Twin Stars. That's always been my favorite character. But then lately I'm finding myself becoming a Kuromi person because I love purple and I always seem to gravitate towards Kuromi stuff lately. So I think you guys will kind of see that in some of my purchases. So when I was young, there was a Sanrio store in my local mall, and I would go there whenever I went to the mall, and I loved looking around at everything, and it seemed like that there was just so much stuff. It was kind of overwhelming, and the stores were really well stocked and the shelves were always full. But recently I went to the Sanrio store in Irvine, and I was kind of surprised by how little merchandise they had. And they had, I also went to the one in Little Tokyo, downtown LA, and it was also really sparse, and it just didn't have like the selection that I've seen in Japan and that I remember from my childhood. And so JapanLA seemed to carry just about everything that the Sanrio store had, and they had more actually. And then they also carried other brands. So like if I were deciding where to shop and I had limited time, I would probably go to the JapanLA store over any of the other Sanrio stores. Like when I went there, I was just surprised, like it was just kind of bare. So I did film some videos in the Sanrio stores, but I don't know, I felt like the selection was much better here, and they had a lot more stuff too. And it's not like each of the stores had different things. I mean, they were slightly different, but I think if you went to JapanLA, you probably get the biggest selection and the greatest overlap of items. So I don't know what it is. I don't know if Sanrio is just producing less stuff. I know that they close a lot of their stores, but it just seems like there's not as much like Sanrio stuff. So I remember like for each character they would have a whole section, a whole wall from like floor to ceiling of just that character, and you could go throughout the store and you would see that, but it doesn't seem to be the case nowadays. But I did feel very satisfied after visiting JapanLA. I mean, if you like kawaii things, then this is definitely a great place to shop. So I was not really into Sailor Moon growing up. I think that was a little bit after my time, but when I'm rewatching this video, I'm really eyeing that iridescent backpack. It's so pretty. I might have to go back and get that online. I always do that. I'll go shopping in the store and I try like not to go nuts and buy everything, except when it comes to Daiso. When I go to Daiso Japan, I just put everything in my cart, and so here everything is quite pricey, and so I was being really careful or selective and only picking the things that I really like. Still spent over $100 here, but yeah, I was a lot more selective, and I only picked the things that I really liked. But whenever I film these kinds of videos and go back and watch them, I'm like, oh my gosh, why didn't I buy that? Why didn't I buy that? And that's definitely the case with the Sailor Moon backpack. But luckily, everything else I think I'm okay not having in my house. So after I got home, I did a big clean out and got rid of a whole bunch of stuff, and trying to be a little bit trying not to buy so much stuff, but it's kind of hard when you have a YouTube channel and you like to feature cute things on it. I spent a small fortune in LA, to be honest, just shopping at the various Sanrio stores and Kinokuniya, the Japanese bookstore. I went nuts there. Also spent a lot of money on food, but I haven't been back in a long time, so it was really good to be home and visit my family and just hang out with my sister and have our kids play together. It made me really want to move back. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully one of these days. Fingers crossed. So we stayed with my parents, and we were there for over a month, and I worked part of the time because luckily I can work remotely right now, and my kids just played with their cousins. And the one thing that I made sure to do before I left was eat a lot of really good Japanese food. So in the South Bay, which is like Torrance, Gardena area, there are a lot of Japanese restaurants. Well, some of them have been there for years and years, and there's just nothing like it, except maybe in Japan. But it was just really nice to be back in Southern California, and so we waited till our kids could get vaccinated, but now that we've gone one time, the flight was really not fun, but we'll definitely be going back a lot more often. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this. As always, I want to give a big thank you and shout out to my Patreons and channel members. Thank you guys who've been supporting me all this time. It really means a lot, and I appreciate it. And I'll be doing a haul, so stay tuned for that. And I'll talk to you guys next time. Have a great week. Bye.